Hi everyone, welcome to our Q&A today. We're going to be talking about involvement on and off campus. Throughout this entire session, make sure you're putting questions in the chat. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. But right off the bat, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Avery. I'm a rising senior. I'm from Farmington, Connecticut, and I'm studying international business and French.
My name is Sabrina. I'm going to be a junior this year. I'm studying health management policy, and I am from Manchester, New Hampshire.
And I'm Erin. I am going to be a senior starting in the fall. I'm studying animal science on a pre-vet track, and I'm from Sparta, New Jersey.
Great. So we're going to begin talking about involvement on campus. So that's everything like clubs and organizations and different things like that. On campus, I'm the recruitment chair for my sorority. I'm a tour guide and a transfer peer mentor.
I am a Dean's Ambassador for the College of Health and Human Services. I am a student representative for the admissions office, so pretty much I'm a tour guide, and that is all.
And like Avery and Sabrina, I am also a tour guide, also a student rep for admissions, if you guys couldn't tell. And then I'm in pre-vet club, and then also I am the ag in the community chair for my sorority Sigma Alpha.
So on campus, we have over 275 clubs and organizations ranging from anything academic, professional, community service, for fun, adventure things. So many different options. Of course, if we don't have one, you are more than welcome to make one. But there are tons of options. The easiest way to get involved and the first opportunity you have is within the first few weeks of being here. We have an event called U-Day, so it's a really fun time where all of the clubs and organizations will set up tables, booths, presentations, performances, and you can go around, sign up for things, get some free stuff, and really explore all of your options. But of course, if you miss anything on U-Day, we do have an online portal for all of our clubs and organizations so that you can meet people, you can sign up, email the people that run the club or organization. So there's so many different options, including just social media in general. So really, really easy ways to get involved, but I would absolutely suggest attending U-Day. Even if you don't think you want to join anything, it's a really, really fun day that everyone goes to. I'm going to be a senior and I'm not planning on joining anything, but I'm definitely going to be going. That's how I joined all of the clubs and organizations when I first got here. So really, really fun. Sign up for as many as you want. You can always email back and say that you're not interested anymore, but it's definitely a lot of fun if you're able to do that.
It's like a big picnic, honestly, like a big kickoff to this fall semester. It's like everyone's back, and it's like within the first week of school, and like the slacklining team will start off and like show off their skills, and then the gymnastics team will come off and like show their skills too. It's like there's live music that goes on and free food. It is a lot of fun. I really enjoy U-Day a lot.
I'm really excited for it. This year it's on September 1st, so it's only a few days after getting here. So the freshmen are really lucky. And really every age is lucky to have that so early on. It's definitely gonna be really exciting this year. But on campus, we have tons of different options for clubs and orgs. So for professional things as well as academic, there's a lot of major or minor related things. So I've gone to a lot of French club meetings as a French minor. So there's tons of different options like that everyone can get involved in. And I definitely suggest doing so. Kind of finding different things in all different areas is a nice way to find balance as well. So professional, academic, community service, there's tons of different examples of that as well. Anything from Relay for Life to Best Buddies, different things like that. Great ways to get involved in the community, meet new people, get some experience, and really explore new options as well. On campus, we do have fraternity and sorority life. It is 17% of our population, so it's not a major aspect. I always say that you can make it your world or you can completely ignore it all 4 years. It's totally up to you. I decided to make it my world, but you definitely don't have to do the same. We also have a Greek honor society. So if you're a part of a fraternity or sorority, we have something called Order of Omega, along with tons of other professional fraternities and sororities. So there's community service. There's a community service fraternity as well. So there's different options that are not your traditional Greek life per se as well. So tons of options if you're ever interested in exploring those. They will all be at U-Day, so it's really easy, but you can also look on social media to explore those as well. On campus, we have tons of diversity, equity, and inclusion options. I'm not sure if you want to go into that. DXP is one of our sororities on campus.
So Delta Xi Phi, I have a lot of family members that are actually in that sorority and they absolutely love it. It's a multicultural sorority on campus. So if you ever do want to join a multicultural sorority, it's a great place to go. They do a lot of pre-professional things, so like how to be a better public speaker and all that. And they also do cultural things as well. So they'll make a lot of great food and bring it to every chapter meeting. It's honestly a really great time. I've accidentally attended every single one of the chapter meetings because I was roommates with one of my cousins last semester. So they sound like they're having a lot of fun. They always plan trips to go places as well. So if you're interested in joining DXP, I would definitely recommend. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to join a sorority because it is a time commitment. But if it wasn't for that, I'd definitely be in fraternity/sorority life. Yeah. So next, the Beauregard Center. So we offer a center on campus in the Memorial Union building. Actually, next week on August 3rd, we are actually going to be going more in depth into the Beauregard Center. But the Beauregard Center is a place for, I would say, underrepresented identities to go to meet people, get justice for whatever is happening on campus. If you ever do encounter racism on campus, that would be a great place to go to get justice for that. But also it's a great place to meet people. I didn't go there till second semester, my first year, and going there has literally changed my life. I have met so many amazing people. The environment there is just so welcoming and everybody's welcome to go there and just meet new people. It's a super comfortable place to go as well. And the fact that it is in the Memorial Union building does make it a great place to kind of just be in the MUB and also be really close to everywhere else. So you can just hang out there and do your homework, meet with some friends. I've met, again, so many amazing people there. So if you are on campus and want a place or a center where everybody feels super welcome, which I mean is pretty much UNH, but this center is designed specifically for that, check out the Beauregard Center. I can't say anything bad about it, genuinely. I just love that place so much.
Yeah, so the Beauregard Center is really, really great. And as she said, it's located right in our MUB, our Memorial Union building. So it's super accessible for everyone and it is always available to students no matter what. But it's also a great way to locate some other clubs and organizations on campus as well. We have a lot of student union options and all of these, all this information is also laid out on our website. So if you wanted to explore the Beauregard Center a little more, that's available on our UNH website. It's really cool. I definitely suggest checking that out. But there are tons of other clubs and organizations surrounding diversity, equity, inclusion, justice, everything like that. So I would definitely suggest exploring those as well. Along with that, we also have something called Safe Zones. It's a training and service available so that students can educate themselves on really everything concerning diversity, equity, and inclusion. You hear student stories and you're able to learn how to be a resource and a support system to the people around you to make sure that you're educated and doing the best you can for your friends, family, the UNH community, and really everyone. So that's definitely something available to students. It's free. You can go and meet with people. You can attend sessions, different things like that. We were all able to do it. And it was definitely extremely rewarding and interesting. And I learned so much and I'm so grateful that I was able to participate in that. So it's definitely something that I highly suggest people look into as well. So outside of clubs and organizations on campus, we also have tons of research, work, internship opportunities. So whether it's on campus, in the town of Durham, the surrounding area, there are tons of options. Whether that's part-time, full-time, work study, or for me this past year, I was able to have an internship with an on-campus department for the communications and public affairs. So I was able to learn so much. I'm a business major and it was something I'm definitely very interested in. So it was really cool. That was actually a part of my work study. So I was able to use my work study and have this internship throughout the school year, balance that with my school and work. It was a really amazing experience. And on campus, we have something called CAPS, which is career and professional success. So students can go to them for anything like resumes, cover letters, interviews. They can also help you find these internships, job, research opportunities. So many departments on campus, literally every department and every faculty member is working on research in one way or another. So there are definitely opportunities to get involved with that. No matter what you're studying, there's tons of different options. So it's really cool, especially because we are an R1 top tier research institution. There are so many options in so many different areas. So it's definitely really cool.
I was actually on a Zoom call with my epidemiology professor 2 weeks ago, and she was talking about how she was just doing research in Manchester to make sure that housing was safe and people were getting healthy food and everything. And I expressed interest into that, and she actually offered me a research opportunity, which was pretty amazing. And I really do want to emphasize, like, everybody kept saying like, oh, like getting research is super easy here at UNH, but I never took advantage of that because I thought that it would be this whole process. But I was in this Zoom call with my professor and she was like, yeah, do you want to help me? And I was like, absolutely. Like, this is something that I want to do in the future. And I do want to go to grad school. So that's going to definitely set me apart from everybody else. That easy. And you can even have the opportunity to get paid internship as well, which is through INCO. But once you get research here, your professor or whoever is helping you with your research will definitely give you more information. But again, do want to emphasize, it is so easy to get research here at UNH. Ask your professor, express interest, and even if they don't have anything going on, they will reach out to other people to ask people if they have anything.
Your professors really are like looking out for you here. So I can probably guarantee you that like your 4 years at UNH, one of your professors within your major, like they're going to reach out to you and be like, hey, I'm doing this research project, or like this professor's doing this research project. They're looking for students to help. Like that's most likely going to be the case when you're here at UNH for your 4 years.
I definitely agree. Even as a French student, I had a French research opportunity available to me. So there's tons of different options. You're not restricted by any means, and it definitely is very easy to get involved. Ask your professors, your advisors, people within your clubs and organizations, whether you might just have it offered to you, but you might have to reach out. And once you reach out, they're so excited to have students involved. Students really, really help run research in so many different areas. So do not hesitate to reach out, ask questions. They want students to be involved and students want to be involved. So it's available to you along with work and internships as well. So tons of different options both on and off campus in the surrounding area. So it's definitely something to check out and explore a little more. But we have a building on campus called our Memorial Union Building. Right next to it is where our CAPS is located in Hood House. But within our Memorial Union Building is where all of the clubs and organizations have offices. So it's really easy if you wanted to get involved that way. I know the Fraternity and Sorority Life Department is located right in there, along with the Beauregard Center and other resources and centers and communities. So there's tons of options just by walking through the MUB to get involved. We have a radio station in there and other offices for so many different areas. So if you literally just walked through the MUB, you would probably find tons of options, along with going to the front desk in the MUB. There's always someone there and they know so much about the university and student involvement as a whole. So that's definitely a great resource and a good place to start. If you have questions or you're interested in something specific, I would definitely suggest reaching out to them.
Even if you're just walking by to pick up a package inside the MUB, like take some time. I last year was my first year, so obviously didn't really know that much about the MUB or really that much about campus. And one day I took the time because it was second semester. I had no idea where I was going in the MUB. I was getting lost. And that's because I didn't take the time to actually look around. I kind of just went to Holloway Commons, one of our dining halls here, went right to get my mail and then left. So finally, like the last couple months of the school year, I took the time to go, let me see what's downstairs, because I don't know how to navigate whatsoever. And when I got downstairs, I saw Student Senate's office was just wide open. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Maybe I'll think about joining Student Senate one day. Just little things like that. And even with Student Senate, like, you don't have to be president or vice president. They have like different cabinets. So like I was going to apply for a position for the cabinet of health and wellness because super related to my major. I didn't end up doing it only because I missed the deadline. I'm going to be honest with you, but little opportunities like that to get really involved in the school are definitely there. everybody's emailing you always about different things like, oh, well, we have this coming up. I know in the mirrors, in the bathrooms, it's like leaving compliments and it's saying at, I think, charge.
Yeah, it's
at charge, and like little things like that, kind of advertising their club. And if you do want to join it, like, again, go to the MUB and be like, hey, I'm here. How do I join your club? And they'll definitely tell you how. And that whole process is super easy anyway.
Yeah, and more of those clubs that I guess are for fun, not that the other ones aren't, but there are so many different adventure clubs like ski club, and different, just so many things that you wouldn't even expect. I always say we have a lettuce eating club that you literally go and eat lettuce, but there's tons of different options like hammocking, and then things like student senate as well. There's a lot of leadership opportunities, different professional experiences that way. But on campus, really, there are so many that you wouldn't even expect. And so many things surrounding both your interest, your major, and just everything as a whole. Along with that, we also have intramurals, so no experience necessary. There's no mandatory practices or coaches or anything like that. You can go random and be placed on a team, or you can come in with a team already formed. My sorority fills teams by doing like signups a lot. So that's really fun, but it's a great way to meet new people, try something new. I know I did kickball in the past, and it was definitely way more competitive than I ever expected, but it was a lot of fun. So it's really cool. And there's so many different options and they're always changing. So it's not like you're stuck in one for many months. They try to cycle through them often. So you're kind of changing it up, meeting new people. But that is through our Hamel Recreation Center, which is our like gym on campus. So if you ever wanted to explore that, you could check out the Hamel Recreation website, as well as even just walking up to the front desk and asking what other information they have. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for involvement on campus. Do you guys have any questions?
We got a question actually in the chat. So what is your favorite club and why? I guess we could all kind of answer this. Personally, my favorite club would have to be the student representatives for admissions. Not to plug admissions or anything, but I absolutely love this organization. We are all volunteers. Throughout the school year, we volunteer to give tours to prospective students. And I absolutely love just talking about UNH and how much I love UNH and how I came to be at UNH, and just kind of sharing my story and get prospective students really excited about coming here, and just seeing kind of what they're interested in and what their story is like too. So I think that would have to be my favorite org. I get a lot of fulfillment out of that.
I agree. I mean, I'll say something different because I do agree with that. But on campus, I am in a sorority and I've gained both friendships, community service experience, and I've held now 2 leadership roles. So it was probably one of the best decisions I made coming to UNH was going through sorority recruitment. I didn't really think I was going to, and I'm so glad I did. I've made lifelong friends, and I've really gained so much from it that even through alumni connections and things through my major, along with leadership, I really am glad that I did it. It'll benefit me for a very long time, most likely, for sure.
Yeah, obviously agree with both of you with the student representative program. I said I was a junior in the beginning, but that is credit-wise. I am a sophomore when you think about it, because I've only been on campus and in college for a year. So I did not take the chance to look around and join campus or campus clubs and everything like that, because U-Day was virtual and I was like, I don't really want to. So I do want to plug, though, the Cat Pack on campus. And the Cat Pack is the school spirit club. And I want to plug them because I actually went to 3 UNH men's soccer games. And the Cat Pack was there. I've never seen them before. I was like, who are these people? What they do is they sit front and center at every game. They give out cowbells. They are the people that throw chalk up at football games. They're the people that get the cheers going a lot. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They're like, you should come to one of our meetings. I just missed the meeting, but they're like, come next year. We would love to have you in the Cat Pack. So that is the first thing I'm going to do when I get on campus. Just seeing them in action was absolutely amazing. I didn't know any of the cheers going in. I knew all of the cheers coming out. So they're very effective. And a very spirited person, and I have a lot of school spirit for UNH. So that club is definitely going to be on my to-do list to join this semester.
If you like school spirit, like Cat Pack captains, they are the club to join. They go hard at our sports
They
games.
go to so many different sporting events, and you'll always see or at least hear them. It's really fun. Erin and I have gone to a few meetings for that before. They're really cool. So definitely something to check out. It's definitely a lot of fun. Do we have another question?
Yeah, so we have another one. So how do you join an intramural team? So that is like, you can join individually, or you can join like with my sorority, we actually had like a broom ball team. Broom ball is the most popular intramural sport here at UNH. We had we were making a broom ball team. So we kind of just got together. Anyone who wanted to join our Sigma Alpha broom ball team was able to. And then you get a schedule and to see who you're playing with in those games. So there's no really practice times or coaches or anything like that. But you can also join individually, and they will place you on a team that need extra players. So that's also one way to do it. I don't know if you guys have had any experience with intramural sports.
Other than my sorority signups, that's definitely how I've done it before. Just they'll post a Google sheet or something in a group chat, and then we fill the teams that way, and then they submit them. So there's tons of different options. I've had so many friends that have told me about literally how they were just assigned onto a team, and they've met so many cool people that way. But even outside of intramurals, you can take workout classes and stuff. So not necessarily intramurals are what you're looking for. There's classes like spin, kickboxing, yoga. Erin and I did Zumba last year.
Zumba with Jenny was the best.
I was going to say, we got to know the person that taught our class. So there's things outside of true intramural sports. There's other experiences as well that you can meet people and get involved in.
Avery, if you want to talk a little bit about the recruitment process for FSL.
Sure. So I can speak mostly for sororities. The sorority recruitment will be taking place mid to end September this year, and you can sign up online. You can also go to the UNH Panhellenic or UNH FSL Instagram accounts and sign up with the links in their bios. It's a really, really great time. You get to go to all of the sororities, explore all of the options, get to know the girls within the sororities and what they're about. So everything like their philanthropy, which is the community service aspect, professional things, sisterhood, and getting to know the girls in the sorority. It's a really, really fun time, even if maybe necessarily you don't think it's for you. It's a great thing to explore, and you'll meet a lot of really cool people that way. Quite literally, probably hundreds of girls. So it's definitely cool. Fraternities are a little different. I believe that you would choose which ones you want to go through their recruitment for. So that's kind of up to you. And there's definitely more information on our Fraternity and Sorority Life website as well. I don't want to speak too much about fraternities because I'm not 100% sure, but that's definitely a great resource.
If you didn't know, Avery is not in a fraternity.
I don't want to be wrong, so I would definitely check that out. You can also probably message our Fraternity and Sorority Life Instagram. So if you search UNH FSL, I would definitely suggest DMing them if you have more questions too.
Also, don't get discouraged if a fraternity is labeled as a fraternity, because some of them are co-ed.
Yeah.
So
some are professional
APO,
related.
So APO is one of our community service frats, but it's co-ed. So you can join that, and that's just for students that really like to get out there and do a lot of community service.
A lot of the professional ones are considered fraternities, so I would definitely read into what they're about more before immediately assuming that they're just fraternities.
I know that there is a music fraternity, and that's also co-ed. So if you're interested in music and want to get involved in that type of thing,
I believe there is an engineering one as well.
There's an engineering one
and a business one
and a chemistry one.
Tons of different options.
Tons of different things,
yeah.
But all of those options are laid out on the website to explore further.
If you enjoy agriculture and sustainability, that is my sorority. So that's Sigma Alpha, and we're a professional sorority. So we do a lot with professional development and kind of working to help the world be a better place, and making the agriculture community a better place for women pursuing careers in agriculture and stuff. So if you enjoy nature and you enjoy sustainability and the outdoors, then Sigma Alpha would be for you. I have a great time with it.
Yeah, so definitely really read through all of those options before assuming one is for you or assuming one is not for you. There's so much more information and they really are so cool and unique. So definitely something to check out. Awesome.
Great.
So now we talked about clubs and organizations for quite a while, about how to join those clubs and organizations and what we do have to offer. But we have other events on campus as well that aren't even a part of those clubs or organizations. So what I like to say is that there is no reason for you to be bored at UNH. We have events that go on literally every single day. So much that you can do that you wouldn't even think of doing. So throughout, in the MUB, it's hosted by our campus board, campus student life. I don't remember what the
Campus
CAB.
Programming Board.
Yeah. So it's they're the organization to help out with student life and everything, and all the activities that they put on. And it takes place in the MUB, so that heart of student life, that building, that's the heart of student life here. And there's bingo nights and paint nights that you can do, and comedians that come to visit, and magicians. I've been to bingo night multiple times, and you literally have to wait in line for an hour and a half just to be able to get a spot in bingo, a table with your friends, because we've waited. I've waited multiple times, and it's so worth it because it's just so much fun. That takes place in it's called the Granite Stateroom, located in the MUB, and it's a huge kind of conference area. So they have a bunch of tables, and then a bunch of prizes. I heard last semester, I didn't go, but one of the prizes was an Apple Watch, and then the second place prize was a Roku TV, a 40-inch Roku TV, and I was oh, okay. So really awesome prizes with bingo, and it is awesome. It's a lot of fun. I've been to Valentine's Day paint night, which is really cool. So someone was showing you how to do a painting, and you got an easel and you got the paint and everything, and they had Dunkin' Donuts Valentine's Day donuts for us, and hot chocolate, which is really cool. So really, really fun things happen with those events that are put on by that organization.
And the club on campus that organizes and plans all of these events is something that you can join as well.
Yeah.
So if you have cool ideas and want to get involved in the actual planning of these, that's definitely something to check out too.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have time to go to one of those events, if you are too stressed to go to one of those events, we have, they take place all the time, but you don't have to go. But we have more things to do too. So we have our MUB games room located on the first floor of the MUB. And located in there's a bunch of pool tables. There's air hockey and ping pong. A lot of Mario Kart competitions take place in the MUB games room. Me and Avery have been to the MUB games room multiple times playing
to play
pool. I'm really bad at pool. But it is a lot of fun, and that all you have to do is just hand them your student ID, and then they give you all the supplies that you need for all the games. So there's music that gets played in the MUB games room, and you can just hang out in there and have fun with your friends. And that's usually open pretty late throughout, every single day. It's open, I think, until at least 11, I'm pretty sure.
There's pretty good hours.
Yeah. And then we also have a concert every fall and spring semester. So of course, this past year we haven't because of COVID, but my first year here on campus, we had Playboy Cardi come for fall. Was that 2019? Fall of 2019 came. Playboy Cardi came, which was a lot of fun. That took place in our Whittemore Center, which is the hockey arena. So obviously there was no ice down because that would be very dangerous. But it is a lot of fun, and they will have a bunch of music artists that just come and visit once per semester. So hopefully they do get to bring that back for this year. I'm hoping for my senior year they bring that back. But
they still did last semester. I know they had Pete Davidson speak
on Zoom. Yeah, so there was Q&A with
Pete Davidson.
Who's the girl from college?
Yeah, so they had Alex Cooper. Who has a podcast, and then David Dobrik also came along with Pete Davidson, and a few others as well. So that is all run by the organization's scope, which is also something you can get involved in as a club and organization on campus. I do believe it's a little competitive to get in, but they plan all of these events. It was definitely cool that they were able to bring people onto Zoom for us to listen to. It was a Q&A style as well. So we got to ask them questions and they answered. So it was definitely really cool that they kind of adapted that. But typically there's a lot of fall concerts. I believe we also have a spring concert, different things throughout the entire school year. That Scope is the organization that plans that.
So we also have like two movie theaters located in the MUB. It's called the MUB Theaters. So like there's like every weekend they show movies that are not yet out on DVD, but like are not in theaters. So like you technically can just go see a free movie because it's included with your tuition. You just have to get the ticket with your student ID number. And I went and saw Frozen 2 with my sorority a couple years ago, which was really awesome. And like if you just want to see a movie in like a movie theater kind of style, you can go to the MUB theaters and basically see that for free, which is really awesome too.
Yeah, there's concessions as well.
Yeah.
So
It's so cute. They have like
it's your traditional movie.
Yeah, they make it look like a little movie theater. So they have like movie posters all throughout. It's really cute. I recommend going because it is a lot of fun. And I went with my sorority, so like it was just like 40 of us just sitting in this tiny movie theater and just watching Frozen 2 together. So it is a lot of fun with that.
Especially if there's bad weather or something on a rainy day, you can go to the movie theater.
We have like sporting events. So I'm a sucker for the sporting events, especially the hockey games. I am from New Jersey, so I was never really a hockey fan until I came to UNH, and my friend kind of just told me everything about hockey, and now I'm a little bit obsessed with it. But our hockey games, I highly recommend going to. We have this little tradition that we do. So at every home hockey game that we have, when UNH scores their first goal, the lights turn off and the intense music starts to play, and our mascots Gnarls and Wildcat will go skating around the ice, and then a guy in like this yellow kind of jumpsuit will come out onto the ice and just throw a dead catfish, and it just like kind of slides all over the place, and we go crazy for it. Like the student section goes absolutely bonkers.
It's for the first goal because they're fishing the puck out of the net.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's crazy. This is all great information.
But I don't know when that started. I think it was sometime in the 70s, I'm pretty sure, but we're still doing it to this day. And it does sound very bizarre, but it is so much fun. You wouldn't think that it would be a lot of fun just seeing like a dead catfish kind of sliding across the ice, but like it's a lot of fun. They reuse the same catfish though, so like don't worry about that. But then we do like a whole I believe in UNH chant and the whole like college jumping up and down thing. And I highly recommend going to as many sports games as you can because our teams are absolutely wonderful.
It's such a cool experience.
Yeah, so the first football game that we for the year, we do this thing called the chalk toss. So in the student section during halftime, when the buzzer goes off for halftime, they kind of walk around with it used to be chalk, but then we found out that chalk is kind of dangerous to inhale. So now we use cornstarch. So the Cat Pack captain will come around with buckets of cornstarch, and you grab handfuls of it, and then the buzzer goes off and everyone throws their cornstarch up into the air.
Here's a little bit of a video
of it. And then if you want to show the picture after that, you literally get covered head to toe in cornstarch. It's a lot of fun. So like after that first football game, you'll be walking down Main Street, like everyone from that game just covered head to toe in cornstarch.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Like again, it really adds to your college experience. It's like a lot of fun. And it is just something to do here on campus, so you're not bored. Like I have been on this campus for the past 3 years, and I have never been bored once. Obviously I'm studying for school, so obviously that takes up quite some time, but with events going on, I never ever get bored. It is,
especially in college, you have a lot more free time than you did in high school. You're taking less classes, and there are fewer days a week. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot more work, but you definitely find yourself with a lot more free time, especially because you're now going to be living on your own. So these are absolutely things that you're going to want to check out.
Yeah. And tickets to those games, like those are also included with your tuition to all the sporting events. So all you have to do is kind of like go on the My UNH app and then hit like Wildcat games or like tickets to games. I don't remember what exactly
Yeah, you just
it's
need to
called.
reserve them. You don't need to
reserve
purchase
them, yeah. So
anything.
you like you plug in your student or like your UNH credentials, so like your UNH email and then password, and then you reserve one of those tickets to those games, and it's for like seats in the student section. So there, it's all included with your tuition.
I just went again to 3 soccer games this past semester and great experience. So every single time there's any type of game, at least for this past year, I've only been here for a year, but we'd always get emails saying, oh, well, the UNH men's soccer team available to students, even in the middle of COVID, which is absolutely amazing. I love that I could still go. I actually saw UNH win the America East Championships because we hosted them right here. I watched them crush UVM. Best feeling I've ever had. I came from a school where we lost every single game and we made people lose their losing streaks. Like we would then gain those losing streaks. So going to a school where like I still had school spirit, and then going to a school where they're like good at sports was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And even with the limited amount of spectators to the soccer game, those student section went absolutely wild. Like it was such a great experience. I'm so excited for this coming year because I'm sure it'll be
I'm very excited.
crazy.
You can catch me at like every single
Me
football and
too.
hockey game. Like I am going to every single one.
Also, like another thing that you could definitely get involved in is marching band and pep band right on campus as well. Like we do have a marching band. They are great. They are going to be at they were actually at the soccer games, which is pretty amazing.
They go to the soccer games.
I saw them and I was like, this is amazing. But they are at the hockey games too and basketball games. So if you are interested in like pep band and don't really want to do marching band, totally an option as well. It's not as much of a commitment, but great thing to stay involved in as well.
And if you like, so we're talking about all these events. If you ever don't want to like leave your dorm room for whatever reason, our RAs in every single dorm building on every floor, like they put on socials at least like twice a month, probably
Twice
even
a
more.
week.
No, twice a week. They have,
So
there's like
many.
minimum
They do
requirements.
so many. So I lived in Mills Hall, which is the upperclassmen suite style building, last year, and they do this like annual thing with trick-or-treating for Halloween. So they pick a night close to Halloween, and then all the Durham residents in Durham, like they'll come with their like kids, like so, and like go trick-or-treating around the dorm building. So like we bought candy and we decorated our door like a Halloween theme, and like you'll just see these like 5-year-olds come around in like fairy costumes or Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah,
and
it's really
you hand
cool.
out candy, and it's like a big trick-or-treating thing. And there are like a lot more, like I remember when Avery and I were roommates our first year here. We lived in Sawyer Hall together, and there was did you do the escape room with us and Zach?
Oh yeah.
So we did he like our RHD, so our resident hall director, he put on like an escape room. Like he built this escape room for us to do. And it was all based on like UNH health and wellness. So mental health and physical health, and how to kind of deal with that, especially with the stress of school. And it was like how to, like it was like the escape room was based on that. But they do like the RAs do such a good job.
When we lived in Sawyer, they did a big Thanksgiving dinner, and the whole building like cooked together, and then we all ate right before we went home for Thanksgiving break. Our RA also took us to like farmers markets and stuff. There's always farmers markets and things like that on campus, so they really try to go above and beyond, and they love doing what they're doing. You'll probably end up being friends with your RA.
You really
or at least friendly. They're awesome. So definitely something to take advantage of right in your building.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave. Probably free food will be involved.
There's
things.
definitely free
Absolutely.
food.
You cannot go wrong.
I
can't.
was hall president of my dorm my first semester in college, and it's called hall council. So if you do want to get involved in like a smaller kind of portion of like student government, great thing to do. And we put on tons of events for the entire dorm as well. So we did this fall themed party. It was like Halloween. So people came in their costumes. We painted rocks. We had music, like spooky music going on. We had packaged foods for people to bring back to their dorms to eat. Because again, we did have some COVID restrictions, but like I'm talking about my experience with COVID and still staying involved and doing things on campus, and they still made those things happen. We just had like capacities for how many people could be in there. So even though we were only allowed to have 20 people in this lounge, there was still like so much to do where you can just bring stuff back into your own room to do it on your own if that's what you prefer as well. And if you did come to these events, we pass out like, I guess, incentives. So like just a little incentive to just staying involved in your own residential hall, which is really nice. I mean, I just had a really great experience with in-hall things to do, I guess.
And like every hall is like that. So even the more quiet ones. So Hubbard is our honors building, and that's typically known to be kind of on the quieter side. But they still do so many socials. And I've heard so many good things that come out of Hubbard, and like so many fun things that happen. So it's within all of our residence buildings that they put on those socials twice a week. Yeah. So if you don't want to leave your dorm building, you don't have to, but you can still participate in those kind of things so you're not bored. But if you do want to leave your dorm building, or if you do want to leave campus a little bit, we have something here called College Woods. So it's still considered on campus, and it's behind our Wildcat Stadium. So that's 250 acres of like nature trails and streams and ponds. And a lot of students like to go out there and just kind of escape campus life a little bit. So that is still something to do. I know I go out there all the time to go in hammock with some of my friends. We all like to kind of head out there. And you'll see people kind of fishing out there or just going on a nature walk. You'll see a lot of dogs in College Woods. So like if you ever want to see a dog, like go to College Woods because you're going to see him.
And in the winter, there's snowshoeing and cross-country skiing through there. People will also be like mountain biking and stuff all year long. So it's definitely a cool place. But definitely if you miss your dog from home, go to College Woods. You'll pass a bunch of them.
I utilize College Woods for like my classes too. And I know the forestry majors, they go out to College Woods and do some research in there as well. So like you can use it for your classes and for academics, but you can also just like go out there if you need kind of some peace and quiet and escape from campus life. The fall foliage, like during the fall, the foliage in there is gorgeous, like absolutely breathtaking. So
I just went there for the first time on Saturday, actually. I was like, I'm just going to go running. And I went there for the first time and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. It's very well marked, but like she was saying, classes do go on back there. I went through there and some trees were marked with like this pink band around them. And then I was like, I wonder what that is. And then the further in I went, it was like, look out for the pink bands. This is this type of tree that we're identifying. So these are all the trees that you're passing by. That is the same species of trees. So that was really cool because I learned a little bit more about trees on my run, which is really cool.
There's some information markings.
There are.
And it was a really great experience. Like I didn't realize there was so much water back there. So when I was over there, I was like, what is this lake? This is crazy. It was a little pond and then like super cute bridges that you can go over as well, and different trails if you ever want to go running, not on the road.
I always say it's like woods walking. There's tons of different availability for different abilities. So different options as well. It's not really hiking necessarily. It's like hiking. Woods walking.
No, there's there's marked accessible trails as well. So there's certain ones that are marked as wheelchair accessible, which is really great. I was actually on my walk and this mom and her son were on a run. He was in a wheelchair. So it was really great that they were able to still go back there and they were really well marked. So they were able to figure out when to turn around if they needed to.
And then this last little thing that I want to talk about, things to do on campus. I know we've been going on for so long, but this is just to show you guys like how many things you can do here on campus. That was not English at all. I'm so sorry. But we have downtown Durham. So some people don't consider downtown Durham to be campus. It's not owned by UNH, but I kind of consider it to be campus because it's literally a 5-minute walk.
Max. It's right along Main Street next to
it's
everything
like,
UNH.
So I technically consider it to be still part of campus a little bit, even though it's not owned by UNH, because it's literally just a continuation of campus. But there are so many things to do down there as well. There's a bunch of restaurants and coffee shops and some stores down there. So like my favorite place in downtown Durham, honestly, is probably Hop and Grind, which is a really good burger place. They have really good fries. I recommend it to everyone that asks me, like, where is a good place to get lunch? I'm like, Hop and Grind. Like, it's a favorite amongst UNH students. There are some like secondhand stores in there. So Topanga Vintage That's located in downtown Durham. So if you ever want to go like kind of thrifting, you can go there. And just like so many things to do in downtown Durham. So we have Hayden Sports too. So if you ever want some new cool UNH gear, you can go to Hayden Sports. We usually have Town and Campus open as well, which is another UNH gear shop, but they are closed right now due to renovations, but they should be open by the fall semester. So
We have a couple questions.
oh yeah. Oh, so what other hiking opportunities are there? So if Sabrina, you want to take it away, because we're going to be talking about off campus now.
Yeah, so hiking opportunities, if you want a good hike, like
an actual hike.
Like a 4,000 footer,
Elevation.
2,500
Elevation.
footer. Tons of great places to go to right around Durham. I say right around Durham, you might have to drive an hour and a half away or an hour away, 45 minutes. Really depends on how difficult you want the mountain/hike to be. So I have hiked Mount Monadnock multiple times. That is my favorite hike to go on. That's probably going to be an hour and a half away. But if you do find a group of people that love to go hiking, great place to go hiking. It can be as difficult or as easy as you want it to be. Mount Major is one of the easier hiking opportunities that we have around campus. That might be about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away.
Yeah.
That's one of the closer ones, but still an amazing view. I mean, you're in the state of New Hampshire. There's going to be a lot of trees. It's going to be an amazing view.
Me coming from New Jersey to like hiking the White Mountains, I'm like, oh, like this is what a mountain looks like.
Yeah, so
Even right around us, we have something called Stonehouse Pond, and there's a really pretty hike that goes around the pond and then up to kind of a cliff. So there's good views, and it's pretty, I think it's about 20 minutes from here,
that's
max.
close.
It's super close, very popular and well-maintained.
And we also have a club. So our New Hampshire Outing Club will like do a lot of trips throughout the semester. So like the first big meeting is like the trip sign up. So they'll kind of just count down and be like, okay, go. And then like you kind of spread out and sign up for whatever trips you're interested in. So my friend, she went on an introductory surfing trip with New Hampshire Outing Club, which is really cool because we're only like 20 minutes away from the ocean. I went on a mountain biking trip with them, which is really awesome. And it was obviously introductory, so very easy, basic kind of things, but still a lot of fun. And so you can join our New Hampshire Outing Club and do the trips with them like that.
Absolutely. So that's a great segue into what to do outside of campus. And I am from New Hampshire, so know a lot of the great places to go around here. I felt like it would probably be a little more helpful if I actually if I actually showed what to do around here. So I'm not going to show this one, but this one is a very popular one. I do want to mention though that the buses will take you to some of the places that I'll be talking about. I will explicitly say if they'll take you over here. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is Newington, New Hampshire. Newington is 15 minutes away. Again, the buses will take you there. You just hop right on the bus. They know you're a student, so they'll take you right off. You don't have to pay an extra fee if you are a student to go to Newington, which is really great. In Newington, there's the Fox Run Mall. So shopping mall, you can get you go to American Eagle, Hollister, all that good stuff is right in that mall. Buffalo Wild Wings is also right over there if you are a fan of Buffalo Wild Wings. So that's a really great place to go. Also in Newington though, separate from the shopping malls are another type of shopping malls that aren't like in a mall style. And what is over there? There's Old Navy, there's Kohl's, Ulta, and then there's also 3 different grocery stores right over in the area as well. You can go to Trader Joe's, which my favorite. I will go to Trader Joe's for the rest of my life. Aldi, which is another really great place, and it's super affordable for students as well. I love Aldi and Trader Joe's for that exact reason. And something that's really new, Whole Foods is really close to that area as well. That just opened last month. So if you are a Whole Foods fanatic, you can go right over there. It's super close by to all those areas as well. But I do want to mention that because the buses run there, a whole bunch of students that I know actually have jobs in Newington because it's that accessible. The UNH app, the transportation portion of it, it will show you every single time where the buses will go there. So say your shift is from like 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. The buses will be there at like 9:10. So you can plan it out that way, which is really, really great. Really close to Durham, the buses might reduce how many times they go back and forth from Newmarket, but Newmarket is 5 minutes away from Durham.
Yeah.
It is a little town right next to Durham. And there's actually a place where you can like sit by the water, which is really cute. The downtown area is absolutely like the cutest thing I've ever seen. It is so cute.
There's a little like restaurant place in Newmarket. It's called the Stone Church, where they do live music like almost every single weekend, and I love going to the Stone Church.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to show a video of one of my favorite places to go. It's really, really, really fast. But this is my favorite little town. It's I guess it's not little. It's Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's a city. But I'm from Manchester, so anything other than Manchester is a little town to me. But I'm just going to show you this little quick video. Here it is. Let's just make sure that it is on. Great. So this is him kind of just walking through Portsmouth. It's super cute. There's water right near it as well. And that is my favorite shop, Gunnish. They have really cute clothes over there. But this is just like a tiny bit of Portsmouth. It doesn't really even show the waterfront, but my favorite restaurant over there is Poco's.
Barrio.
And yours is Barrio? Is yours also Barrio?
Mine's Boathouse.
Boathouse.
Or River House.
Oh, River House. Yeah, that one's really good too. But I really want to show you. This is me at Poco's. Oops. I'm all over the place right now. Yeah, so you can kind of see the water. It is literally right on the water.
Lots of restaurants.
Lots of
too, which is
restaurants.
cool.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about your favorite experience in Portsmouth?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of like little boutiques, shops. There's a really adorable flower shop that I love, but there's tons of options, even like coffee shops, ice cream, gelato. I love a place that's right on the corner, and it's like the Tuscan.
Yes, the Tuscan
Market.
Kitchen.
Yeah. And you can go in and get like a really big slice of pizza and get some gelato and just sit outside and look at the view. It's really pretty down there.
I'm a sucker for live music, so Portsmouth is an awesome place for live music.
Absolutely.
But also a couple weeks ago for 4th of July, Portsmouth was doing their fireworks show. And me and my friends went. It was only 10 minutes away, and we went and saw fireworks down by the water, which is a really awesome opportunity too.
And this is another place that can be accessed from our bus system as well. So you don't need a car to go over there. The buses will take you. Again, it's the same way that the Newington bus really works. You can see every single time that the buses come. You can honestly get to Portsmouth at 9 and leave at like 9. You can spend the entire day there. Honestly, you probably could, but not too far from Portsmouth. This is a place where the buses don't go, but it is a 10-minute walk. It is not even a mile to get to downtown Kittery, which is in Maine. So because we're on the seacoast, we are so close to Maine. Like, this is us, this is Maine.
Yeah.
I love Kittery. Kittery is so cute, and that is genuinely a cute little town. Their downtown area has amazing food, always some type of live music thing. I will show you a video of of Portsmouth. Kittery. I thought I would. You know what? That is okay. We will not show a video of Kittery. That's odd that it just disappeared. But there's this really cute coffee shop. It's really cute, super popular. They have the best baked goods. It's called Lil's. I get a tuna on rye every single time I'm there. I love their food. Rutter's is a really great place to go as well. And again, this is a mile from downtown Portsmouth. So these two are really just connected by a bridge. You cross over the bridge and you're right in downtown Kittery, which is really nice. Do you guys want to talk about the beach a little bit?
I love the beach. We are legitimately 20 minutes away from the ocean. So honestly, like, we are in a perfect spot where UNH is. So we have the White Mountains an hour up north. We have Boston, Massachusetts an hour south of us. And then we have the ocean 20 minutes away from us. So really so many things that you can do. And the ocean is really easy to get to. The buses do not go to the beach, but it's not difficult to get there, and because it's so close. But there are so many beaches that you can go to. You can go to Hampton, you could go to Rye. I went to Rye Beach for one of my classes for my intro to biology class. For our lab, we had to take like samples of organisms from Rye Beach. So like we legitimately went there for class. That's how close we are. So really
Yeah.
cool things.
And even on the ocean in York is Neville Lighthouse, which is so pretty. It's a lighthouse on an island. So super, super cool. Definitely a pretty view. I always take people there when they come to visit me. So tons of things along the coast, both in Maine and Mass as well, just because we're so close.
Yeah, we are like, this is Mass, this is Maine, and this is UNH. So I love Salisbury Beach. That is kind of the Mass border. So Hampton Beach will end and Salisbury Beach will start. And I do want to point out though that York Beach and Hampton Beach both have a boardwalk. So if you're somebody that's super into boardwalk life, I love the boardwalk. There's an arcade, tons of really nice local restaurants as well, all throughout. You could spend an entire day at the beach, no problem. There's so much to do right on the beach. But yeah, so I just got everything pulled up again. So I do want to talk about camping places right nearby as well. I know we talked about College Woods, and I don't know if you can go camping back there.
You can't.
You're not allowed to
you're
camp
not
in
allowed
College Woods, but in the surrounding area, there's tons of campgrounds. There's one in Madbury that I absolutely love. It's the family campground, so it's right nearby. But I've gone camping in the White Mountains numerous times along the Kancamagus Highway. So there's so many different options, close and further away, different experiences that way, whether it's like a family campground. The family campgrounds around here have so much to do too, which is kind of fun. And then there's others that are really in the woods, no service at all. So different experiences like that. But I go camping quite often, especially summer into the fall. It's so pretty camping in the fall here with all the foliage.
Yeah, and finally, I do want to mention, because this is super important to UNH campus, we have the Amtrak train station right on campus, and that will take you to North Station in Boston, so you can go to Boston or you can go to Portland, Maine. And they're both about an hour from Durham, so really great stuff. You don't have to worry about traffic, parking, any of that stuff, which is pretty amazing. I personally have never taken the Amtrak train yet, only because I just haven't had the time to, but my cousins only take the Amtrak train to go to Boston. They said it's super easy. You just fill out everything right online, and then you get a student discount as well, which is really cool. I'm pretty sure it's 15% off.
It's about $20 round trip, $30 on like peak times. I've taken it to and from the airport a bunch, to a Red Sox game, just day trips, visiting family and stuff. A lot of students will even just take that, whether it's to the airport or a connecting train or bus from Boston to get home.
A lot of students in Massachusetts like to take it home,
Yeah, it goes right into North Station, so about an hour south. Super convenient, and they're really nice trains too. They're super comfortable. I honestly love taking them. Even if you were to just ride on the train, it's so pretty. Everything that you pass, tons of water and different things like that. So definitely something to check out, and it really is right on campus too.
Yeah. All right, so it is 11:58.
Yeah.
So do you want to close out the entire tour?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're really glad you could join us for this Q&A.
I mean, I had fun talking about it. I'm not going to lie. It's getting me excited for the school year.
We love UNH and we love all of these things. So we're really glad you were able to join us today. We hope you come to UNH and do all these things that we're talking about, especially checking out U Day. So
if you guys have any other questions that you weren't able to put in the chat or anything, you can always email admissions, or you can go on our Instagram, which is be a UNH Wildcat, and you can DM that Instagram as well.
great. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.